The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got room. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Play clock winding down. They'll set up to throw, and he rifles one incomplete. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Here's the Panthers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And not great starting field position here for the offense. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down up past the 15. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 57 yards.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him out of the end zone in this one.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. So a first quarter sack, and remember, keep in mind, he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them. Maybe occupy people and make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to go down again.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there of 22. First down, he'll drop to throw it. And he finds a man with a crossing route. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. On play action, they'll throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And now here's a carry heading left. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And some space here. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A gain of 32 that time. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
All right, partner, let's go back over the last couple of plays. Sack, loss of yards on a running play. Not exactly the sequence that an offensive coordinator gets comfortable with when calling plays.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. And now out comes Houston.
And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And to give this time to the tailback. He finds an opening past the 40. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
A second quarter score, meanwhile, down in Arizona. And that one is now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Cardinals. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. Oh, a nice spin. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
Yeah, I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
He'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Around the NFL, they're into the second quarter of the Meadowlands and make it a 2-touchdown advantage now for the Giants. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Looking to throw. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here. Right side caught by Jackson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a third down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
To throw now on 2nd and 10. Incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Well, that was excellent coverage right there. And he definitely did the right thing, showing that discretion is definitely the better part of valor. Threw it away, preserved the opportunity to kick for a field goal.
And excellent coverage. And right now the human is controlling the defense, so good job, human.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may...
And the ball is knocked out, and the Texans scoop it. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
So this brings up a 2nd and 2.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Jackson's got it over the middle. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask.
Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Red zone opportunity. They come out here in the eye. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And now running right through it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Now, I'm not going to say you completely abandon the passing game, but it would really behoove them to get this running game going more.
That's the identity most teams are seeking. Able to establish themselves, control the game by running it, have to touch it multiple times in order to have success in this game.
Yeah, as we say, yeah, that's right. As we say all the time, that sets up the passing game. I feel like a broken record with that.
Listen, we can be broken records all we want. Bottom line is, lather up that big horse and let him run. The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back to throw now on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They'll look to throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Now the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. Just a 4-play drive that time. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Both teams have had their moments so far today, and that's why we have a tight game on our hands. We'll have to see if either side can take control in the second half. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Texans with the ball midway through the second. They'll break free of the pack, and nobody can stop them on this long touchdown. Texans go up by 4. Offense out now after the fumble. The catch is made after a quick pass, and this 2-play drive goes for a touchdown. Lead now at 14. 1st and 10. Tight coverage here, but the completion is made, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. Panthers down by 7.
Thank you, LR. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A nice gain of 21 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll set up a throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Texans on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And now out comes Houston. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On the give, this is their fullback. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
The Texans on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. First down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lindsey. And down he'll go at the 25.
Pass interference. Defense.
So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. It's not going to end in points, but you consider where this drive started. You probably label it a success.
I do, and I know that without points, it's hard to say that a drive truly was a success. But think of it this way. Changing field position, maybe giving your defense a little bit of a break.
A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. And the Panthers coming out now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And some room to work. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Give him 30 yards there. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down. Fresh set of downs here. They'll set up to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And now the offense operates in the red zone. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
They come up in an offset eye. 2nd and goal. Defense digging in again here. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Touchdown. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And we're back now in Charlotte. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
The Texans on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 16. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Green 39! Green 39!
And to give this time to the tailback. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here we go with 2nd and 7.
Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Green 39!
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm is just off.
I
Just
don't
got
know.
thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking on the midfield logo. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Let's go! Blue
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Texans on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And that lifted just wide of the upright. And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter down in Arizona. And the Cardinals scoring again. They've got that one in cruise control. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue, let's go.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Now the ball comes loose. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this. So Carolina keeps the ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So the offense has it first and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I've yet to meet a wide receiver who likes to block more than catching the football, but the best ones understand that that's how they'll actually get more passes thrown to them if they help in the run game. And anytime you get a run of that yardage, that means the wide receivers did help. They get down to what a lot of people call the second level, the linebackers, or the third level where the defensive backs are, and they get out in front and put their bodies out there and create more space for their runners to gain the yardage.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be a second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And his kick here is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front. But then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out. And you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the fourth with the football. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And now a first down following that long gain.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. He'll look to throw. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. He'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. He's back to throw. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Extra point forthcoming. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. They'll look to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful, because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that leads to a Carolina first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to let the play call, because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 23 yards on the play. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Looking to throw. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here we go. Green 39.
He'll drop to throw. Open space inside the 10. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. They'll drop to throw. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Back to throw here. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and Carolina scores to cap it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And that's how this one ends in dramatic fashion in overtime with the interception. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Panthers, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins.